Okay, so a new character came out in Mortal Kombat X.
Before we get there, I did want to mention an upcoming event, which is E3.
Oh, yeah.
So E3, we should hopefully be able to get a lot more Street Fighter V news. I mean, Capcom even gave out a bunch of free passes to SRK and event hubs and said, tell us why you want to play Street Fighter V and we'll fly out there so you can play it. So, I mean, I'm assuming that means it's playable there. I know we're going to try to get there so we can play, but expect a lot of impressions to come out. I really hope they have at least 4 characters playable.
Dude, for sure.
Because, I mean, they've announced 4 characters. Do you feel like they're going to, like, once E3 comes out, it's going to be like, here's 4 more characters? Because, I mean, they've only announced 4. They've only announced 4. Like, come on.
But think about I mean, they have a long time left. Like, it's released in, you know, sometime before, like, March 31st of 2016 or whatever. So, there's a long time left. I think I would be disappointed if there weren't some new character, but I would not surprised.
A lot of people were theorizing. Some people were saying like they should just announce like Alex is in the game and just get everybody hype.
That would get people hyped.
That would be a good E3 character to announce.
Yes,
that would be a good E3 character.
Everybody likes Alex.
Yeah, and the only game he's come back in is Capcom Fighting Jam.
Oh, don't forget.
Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. That was a good game.
Yeah,
and he was cool in that game. He was cool in that game.
Yeah.
And he looked really cool. Tatsunoko was like one of the prettiest games, I swear, even though it was on the Wii.
You're right.
I think it's the best looking Wii game, like, period. Like, I just think that game looked fantastic. But yeah, dude, Alex, that would be pretty nice. But, you know, expect a plethora of information. I've seen like 90 people be like, I'm going there. You could expect full impressions.
Yeah.
So we're going to get basically an impressions bonanza next week.
I hope that I guess that they have given out lots of passes, right? I mean, is the number released on how many they gave out?
Yeah, they gave out a lot of passes.
It must have been like
I saw Shoryuken give away like 20 passes or something like that, so that should be really cool.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, that's this coming week. So,
do you think
next Tuesday maybe UltraChen? Well, maybe we'll talk about it. Hopefully, we'll play it.
If we ask Peter and Nidell nice enough, and Matt Dahlgren,
we've been down this road, man.
Who cock-blocked us at Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think if we... Anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, look.
Oh, dang, that sucks. Broly says he actually got one, but he can't make it.
Oh, that does suck.
I would have loved to have seen Broly legs there, so...
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, shout-outs to Capcom for that promotion.
Yeah.
What a cool promotion.
Yes.
Giving out E3 passes to a bunch of people so they can go and check the game out. And it was interesting. I saw the Shoryuken results. I haven't seen who Van Hub's given it to. But I saw a lot of familiar names in there, and then I saw a bunch of people that I hadn't seen before. So I think that's really cool. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, yeah, E3 should be exciting. Anyways.
Hope so.
New character.
Tanya in Mortal Kombat X is now out, if you are interested in playing her. She's weird. She is a different character from everybody else. Like, remember when SF4 came out and people were like, Viper's not a Street Fighter character. She's like some crazy Guilty Gear
Marvel character. Yeah.
Marvel 2 character at the time. Yeah. That's how I feel about Tanya. She's just such a different character. She doesn't play by many of the same rules.
She can do whatever she wants in the air.
Very different. Very different.
One of the things about fighting games is, like, especially in Street Fighter game, having the ability to change your jump arc is always a really huge benefit. And in fact, in games like Guilty Gear or so we go from Street Fighter, which almost nobody can change their jump arc. A few people have air hurricanes or air burn kicks, which is one of the reasons why Viper was so good.
Yeah.
Then you go to a game like Vampire Savior, where some characters can change their jump arcs, even if it's just like a QB, like jumping fierce or something like that just kind of makes her float back like this, right? Then you go to games like Guilty Gear, where everybody can double jump or air dash or whatever. Dude, Tanya has like 9 different ways to change her jump arc, it feels like. She's got the low kick. She's got the drill from the air. Right. She's got teleport backwards. She's got teleport forward. She's got if you're in Naginata stance, you can throw the staff down. If you're in Pyromancer, you can throw fireballs. Dude, she's got air mobility for days.
Yeah.
And there's some really crazy things you can do with that character.
It's true, because the teleport has actual invincibility. Like, she's not there during the invisible part of the teleport. She's actually invincible. So that means you can do real crazy stuff. Like,
to go to youtube.com/UltraChenTV and check out the most recent video David put up. It's like 15 seconds long, and it's the most ridiculous thing.
Basically, you just do an invincible teleport through somebody's wake up. You just do like jump in, punch, cancel into teleport. They're not gonna do it. They can't do anything about it. Like,
Jax did wake up, lunge, punch. You hit him, he absorbed it, and then your teleport was invincible, and you punched him at the end of the lunge punch.
Yeah, with a neutral jump punch, aka like 30% damage ultimately. So
that was sick. That was pretty.
She has some real crazy tricks. Like, when I go home tonight, I think I'm gonna try to option select a ground teleport backwards to see if that works. See if I can do that as a media attack. I feel like that might be cute, but I don't know. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. That's really crazy. She has safe strings all over the place. Like, she takes up a lot of space on the ground. Even if she doesn't want to be in the air, she can like really control ground space with some of her buttons. She has a high-low mix-up. Like, I feel like she has pretty much everything that she needs.
So this is really interesting. Both of us have been messing with Tanya a little bit, but we've been using different variations. Yeah. So what's the variation that you've been going with?
I've been playing Pyromancer because I'm interested in using her as a hit-and-run annoyance character. And I think that she can do it in that one. So I think that her jump back air fireball, I think, is really, really good. The mix-up between that and teleport forward for a little hit and run is just like so good. And when she's on the ground, that forward too, the big old spinning forward moving button, just cancelable on both hits, just controls like so much space on the ground and lets you set up whatever you want. So I think she's going to be really, really good for that. So she has this dust that she sets onto you, and she has fireballs. And if you have the dust on somebody already, it lasts for a long time. If they get hit by a fireball, that fireball does like 17% damage.
It's very Johnny-like.
If they block the fireball, it's like 7-8% damage.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Holy crap. Okay.
So it doesn't even matter if they get hit or blocked.
Dude, that means the EX fireball is really good, because that's just a straight mid one, right? Yeah. So if they're dusted, then it's just like 7%.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, so right? Anyway, that's how I'm playing.
I messed with it a little bit, but I noticed that their air short-range fireball was very punishable by, like, Sub-Zero slides. Actually, it might have been the EX slide, so maybe it's safe against a lot of other characters or something like that. But she does have a lot of delay when she lands, because I really wanted to just be like, punch, teleport, and then throw a fireball, but then I was punished by Sub-Zero anyway. But then I just saw, like...
an unusual case.
Right. So... Sajam, Steve, same Steve that we talked about commentating at SCR Prelude. When I watched his little Tanya character guide when she first came out, I saw Dragon Naginata's stance where she has the pole, and it just looked crazy to me. And it was kind of what I was hoping Lychee Fei Ling would be like. Like, she would get on the pole and be able to do all these crazy options, or Faust or something like that. The mobility for the characters who have had those kind of pole moves have never been that great. Like Yoshimitsu when he gets on the sword, not great. But dude, when she gets on that staff, like, she can do everything. She can stay on there forever. Unless she starts comboing you, then she only gets 2. They actually limit her number, but outside of that, like, you can like get on the staff, jump back staff, jump back teleport staff, dude, you can just like stay in the air the whole time. I don't even know if it's good, but like, to me it feels like she has the most potential. Like, I feel like she might be the best variation right now, just because
with the Naginata?
Because you can change your jump arc with the staff down attack, and if it hits, it's so hit confirmable into a full combo. Like, if I just hit you with a staff, I get 30% damage.
Yeah, it's crazy, because it seems like every time there's a staff character like that, if they hit you, like, imagine like Rolento, right? He comes in with Pogo, right? And he hits you, he's just gonna bounce.
Yeah,
He doesn't get some free combo. But if she does, she gets a free combo.
She gets free combos. Dang. And then not only that, she's now going to be one of the only characters that has a double jump attack. So, because you can do jump kick into staff.
Right.
So you can actually do jump punch staff as a 2-hit combo.
Dude, you can straight up do jump in, then from the air, an overhead low mix-up.
Yeah, because she's got the dive kick.
Yeah, one of them is like -6. I forget which one it is, but it's pretty safe.
Yeah. And not only that, too, but her dive kick, like when you if you neutral jump and then you do the drill, like basically the Kami drill, it looks like a cannon strike. When she starts it, she teleports forward almost. Mm-hmm. So like there's a range where I can neutral jump or like jump on the staff, and if I do the punch follow up, you know, that little big overhead swing, right? Which is, by the way, safe on block, right? Which is really nice. I can get it at a range where it misses, but if I'm on the staff and I pop up and I do the drill, she teleports far enough forward that it'll hit him.
Interesting.
So like you can be neutral jumping and they're like trying to get in there, and then you'll just surprise them with this overhead drill all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Interesting.
Like, it just, I don't know. I just feel like the staff stance is really good. Okay. I found some really dirty things. But the problem is, like, I just don't know how good, because, like, when I'm on the ground, I don't have fireballs. I don't have the Tonfa wreck. My ground game is completely, like, I feel like it's kind of nerfed a little bit. I've got that awesome.
Because that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Back
but
two, I think?
Minus 22 on block.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if I hit a teleport character and they block it, I'm dead. Pretty
interesting,
much, right? Like,
yeah.
Scorpion's just going to block me and be like, all right, EX teleport, goodbye to all your life.
Interesting.
So I'm curious how her ground normal game is going to be when I have the stance. Like, I feel like I have to stay in the air the whole entire time. I'm really curious to try her out. I'm going to take her online very soon just to see how it goes. Yeah. And it's going to be the same situation. I'm going to lose, like my first 20 games, but whatever, that's the way it works. That's what happened with Lackey Tour too, right? And then now it's like when I go online with Lackey Tour, I'm like, whatever, and just kill everybody.
That's how it goes. You know, her mix-ups, when she's right up close, she has an overhead, but it has to be charged for a little bit, so I don't know how great it is really, but...
Well, you don't have to charge it, but you won't get a combo off of it. If
you
charge it, you get it bounces them, and then you get a combo.
There you go. So, yeah, that's definitely true. And so people, when I said that I wanted to play her as a hit and run character, people were like, hit and run? That's like, have you played this game? Look, everybody who thinks it's just a pressure game, you're wrong. It's not.
Yeah.
That's just what's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's easy.
Now.
That's what's easy, okay? And that's how it is in so many games. In so many games. What's easy, okay? What's easy is go in there and mix up. It's harder to find spacing. It's harder to find how to play defense, but that's going to be there, okay? It just takes a little bit longer to develop that stuff. Like, dude, the first time anybody sees Sonya go into military stance, you're like, oh, okay, like anybody can do this. All I need to do, I have a tool to get in, I have die kick, blah, blah, I'm going to mix up.
Right.
It's brain dead.
Right.
Okay, the other stuff in the game's not brain dead, but that's not to say it's not there. It'll be there.
Yeah, plus another thing, too. When you watched Crazy Bone and Tyrant play each other, so Crazy Bone, like you said, was using Devora, and Devora has all this crazy pressure into the, and the things and bees and all this stuff. Those two are training partners.
Right.
Every time there was a hole in anything Crazy Bone did, Tyrant dashed forward and punished him. So that rushdown, which is really scary right now, wasn't as bad as it seemed.
That was a footsie matchup, dude.
Right.
And once either side lost the footsie matchup, okay, they have really good pressure, and then it's pressure time. But that's how it is always. And people just want to only focus on that being the one thing, you know?
Right.
I mean, I don't know how you can watch like DJT play against Sonic Fox and not see footsies.
Right. And even like Fisticuffs Johnny doesn't care about mix-ups.
Yeah, he doesn't even have high-low game.
Yeah.
It's not even you can hit by down 4. Oh, well. It's 8% damage or whatever it is.
It's like you said, at the beginning of every game. So when Marvel 2 first came out, right? Rushdown was the best. Wolverine was good like he is in every one of those games. By the end of Marvel 2, Wolverine was irrelevant.
Right.
Like, he didn't even matter. Rushdown didn't work in that game at all. It's like you said, Rushdown. So the things that always powerful, Rushdown and grapplers are always the best at first. And then they always turn out to be like, well, Rushdown a lot of times will stay good, but then other people will learn stuff.
And they'll also be good, right? Yeah.
Like, I remember when Guilty Gear Plus R came out, Accent Core Plus R, and Justice was in the game. And Justice throws these little fireballs that you could blow up. And I was messing with them like, this is terrible. Like, I'm like, you could break through this so easily. Then I saw people get good at him, and they really figured it out how to make it work, and then it was really annoying. You know? So it's just going to take that time.
Always, man.
And that's why I actually love the way MKX did the variations, because every one of them has that obvious rushdown, which is what everybody's winning right now. But, like, most characters have that really weird, like, here's Liu Kang, he's got 2 modes. You know, here's, you know, this crazy staff stance. You know, they all have like this really weird stance that I feel like might be the best in the end.
Just yesterday, I was watching some stream where somebody was like, "Man, I think Liu Kang sucks, like especially duelists," and I was like, "Oh, what? What are you talking? Like you get to put out these exploding balls on the screen. You just control space.
Right.
What are you talking about? But like
safe meaty pressure.
Just safe meaty pressure after like 10-15% chip damage. What are you talking about? But like that's how it is because that stuff's hard to do, and it's not going to be things that happen in month 1, which is what we're still. It's not even month 2 yet.
Right. To be able to say I'm going to hit you high or low, and here's my combo, is the most straightforward way to approach a fighting game with really good high or lows. But then when you're like, I want to find all my setups where I put out this exploding fireball, give myself safe chip pressure, or I want to do all these, that's like the hard part. And once people start seeing it, I think it'll make a big difference.
I hope so.
Yeah. In any case, I didn't think I would be that interested in Tanya, but she's the Naginata stance is, and let me tell you, her combos are crazy. I tried to go to sleep early one day, and I was like, let me mess with Tanya for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? 3 hours later,
I
went to bed at like 3:30 or something like that. I was just like, Jesus, because I was just doing Tanya combos all day. She's got some crazy combos. I know why last week someone said their hand hurt after doing a bunch of Tanya combos. So
she's very interesting. Okay, well, that's not the only thing that happened.
Yep, lots of other game news. Hang on, let me do the magic here. So we'll see the change here.
Ding.
Bing, there we go. Xrd Revelator has some loc tests. People are seeing a lot of things. So a lot of people have seen Jacko, and now she's like internet waifu like forever because of her win pose, right? Yeah, which someone said, you know, she attacks you with, you know, like they said some like bombs and missile, you know, or something, and I made some pun about rumpkins or something like that, and
instead of pumpkins.
Cute. Because she's got booty for days. Yeah, but not only that, but a lot of people have been writing out impressions of Johnny. And it's really interesting. It's very fascinating to me because when all the characters for Xrd came out, most of the characters were kind of reverted back to their reload method or kind of brought back down. There's very little accent core plus R influence and all these things like that, right? Johnny is like completely changed. Like they just said, you know what, forget it. Let's go ahead and do some cool things. So he's got some similar things, but like his main weapon, the Misfinder, is now a spin kick motion. Like it was always a quarter. It used to be quarter circle forward. They just changed the spin kick. And now he can do misfinders in the air. So you can do air mist cancel combos. They changed a bunch of his normal moves and all these things. So everyone says he's really good right now because you can do mist, which makes your misfinders unblockable. But this game has YRCs. So you do mist YRC, lock him. Like they gave him a hard knockdown in the air.
Interesting.
So he would hard knockdown, land, mist, YRC, get you locked, dead, you know, and stuff like that. Sounds pretty busted. So he sounds pretty busted right now. Yeah. So, but it's the first loc test. I'm sure he's going to be changed. But I think that's kind of cool. So apparently, Johnny players who have played him in Japan, it was said that they think he's really cool. Like, because the one thing about Johnny is he was kind of stiff before, right. But now they said that he feels cool. Like, really? Like he feels more exciting.
Because I mean, you know, I'm not a pro in that game or anything, but he always did seem like he's kind of immobile to me.
He's because he had the regular dash. Right. He didn't have a run like everybody else did, and his jump was always very vertical, so he really had a hard time going forward a lot. So. But yeah, I don't know. He sounds really cool. I'm super excited. I'm really excited for that. So
cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jacko? I mean, I watched some of that footage.
The other thing about Johnny too. Finally, they gave him a way to get coins back. So one of his supers, if he hits you, he gets like 2 coins back.
No way.
It's called Treasure Hunt or something like that.
That's cool.
And every time he hits you, it's very Vampire Savior. Depending on who he hits, he steals a certain item from them. Like Kai, he'll steal a photo of Dizzy because Kai is married to Dizzy. Like if he hits Sin, he steals a piece of meat from him and stuff. If he hits Johnny, he steals if he hits himself, he steals like a porn magazine or something like that. So that's actually kind of cool. But yeah,
that is cool.
But yeah, sorry, I'm super hyped about Johnny. Anyways,
yeah, dude, for sure. I watched a couple videos of Jacko. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't read about it, so I was wondering, like, did you
it looks like,
it was bizarre looking to me.
I mean, she places these little pumpkin things on the ground, and it has a letter on them, which corresponds to a button, apparently. So it looks like you can only put out one from each button at a time or something like that, so the button's on there so you remember which one you put down. And then each one spawns a different little creature that, like, does a different thing, so it feels very kind of zoning, but... Yeah, I watched little bits and I didn't quite get what was going on. It was like when I first tried watching Bedman. I was like, there's like symbols.
I remember that, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. So, but yeah, Jacko is
cool, man.
Going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Congrats on Johnny.
Yeah. I'm so hyped for Johnny.
I know.
You do not even know. I'm like super excited for that.
Makes sense. Okay.
Back to UMVC3 a little bit. There was discussion about whether the game is dying or whatever like that. And I made a tweet that basically said, I really wish people would analyze high-level play and talk about what their strategy is and what they're doing. And one person took that to heart, and that was Persia, Broken Tears Persia.
Right. And
she actually just released a new series of videos on her own YouTube channel, which is, I think, Persia_XO. But she released a video called, which is going to be the first in a series, called Marvel Minds. And she analyzes the NCR Grand Finals between Justin and Chris G, where she really kind of goes over it. She points out things that Justin did, like how he started playing more patient, tried to stay in the vertical space of Morgan and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. I mean, I think there's a lot more room for it to get stronger.
Agreed.
But it's a great start.
Totally agree, man. Yeah.
And I just felt like the content and, just her diction and the way she was able to explain a lot of things was really cool. Like I didn't even know, like, Justin, when he tried to, I guess he was anticipating the stand light kick into shell kick from Morgan, and I didn't know hard tag was a way to counter that, because she pointed out one time he tried it and he didn't do it, and that's why Justin just hard tagged and died. But then later on in the match, the hard tag worked.
Interesting.
And I was like, I had no idea. Like, I don't know any of this stuff.
Same here. Yeah.
So it was really, really cool. I think, I'm super glad that she's one of the best commentators for the game. I'm super glad that she's trying to do this analysis. More power to her.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I hope she just keeps churning out these Marvel videos. I think that'll help the scene a lot. So.
Me too. Mm-hmm. I really like it. Love the idea.
Okay. I guess we should mention Ultra Street Fighter 4 was patched. I think we mentioned it briefly last week, but reports I heard that it's better so far. Not as good as they want it to be, but I heard it's better. I saw Gilly and Adil both do tests, and they said that the lag is less now than it was before, but it's still like kind of up, like a little bit more than the PS3. It's like between where it was before and so it's still got a little ways to go.
Right.
Especially since one of their touted features was that it was going to be completely lagless.
Wow.
Right, so
that ship has sailed.
Oops.
Yeah.
Speaking of PS4, Skullgirl's second encore is now available for pre-order on there. Of course, we did the big old show with Mike Z talking about it, and their driver works.
Yeah.
Their driver works correctly. Mike even put out a video of it too, where they're like in a hotel room and he's like showing people. But if you're part of PSN Plus, you can get it for 20% off right now if you pre-order. So definitely do not miss that opportunity. Grab that when you can.
Yep. Another big thing coming out is Yatagarasu. Yes.
A lot of people have been waiting for that.
It's true. It has been a little while, but it's coming out on July 7th,
That's correct. Yeah, so it's coming out very soon.
Steam. It'll be out, next month.
Yep.
And, less than a month from now.
And when it comes out, I was talking with some people in chat before the show started. We should try to do a show with that.
100%.
And I think we should bring Mondo onto the show.
Dude, that makes sense.
That'd be so sick.
I like it.
I want to get. We've always wanted to get Mondo here.
That's true.
We've always wanted to get Mondo out here. So, yeah.
That's a really good idea. So James and I both did in-game commentary for it. I mean, you know, this is a while ago. You can, I think it's all on YouTube.
Right.
You can check it out. But it was fun to do, and I'm interested in that, reaching like everybody now rather than relatively smaller audience before. So
both of us
that's
are.
Cool.
I feel like both of us are kind of a little like nervous about our commentary.
I just think I went in too hard on being the sarcastic guy.
And see, I don't feel like I went in hard enough. Like I was very straight. You know, I did it very straight, and I just I feel like I could have joked around a little bit more, had a little more fun with it. So, but I know some people were saying that they saw some footage of it on Juicebox's stream and they liked what we did. So
cool, man.
Yeah, Juicebox is also another player. If you're really interested in the game, follow him. He does a lot of Yatagarasu information because he loves that game.
Absolutely,
so.
yeah.
You know, bless Tecmo's soul. You know, they are trying so hard for DOA.
They are. I really respect it.
Team Ninja has announced the Dead or Alive Festival, which will be taking place on August 1st in the Osaka Bright Core Hall in Tokyo, Japan.
Okay.
And they're going to be flying several top players from around the world, including a D1 Ultimate Climax Blade champion, Mitty, I think is his name, Mittii. And to fill out the rest of the 8-player bracket, 2 qualifiers apiece have been set aside for North America and Europe, and the remaining 3 slots will be based on the winner of 3 separate brackets to be held at the main tournament. So they're definitely trying their best to keep, you know, Dead or Alive going. I think that's really cool. I like seeing the support that they have for the game, and if you're a fan of Dead or Alive, I think that's great. So you know, hopefully, you know, it'll do well. But I mean, obviously, they've got a big road to climb. They've got a pretty big struggle right now, but you know
they do. Just being real about it. But
yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to be mean.
No. I mean, like you said, I think it's awesome that they're doing what they can do. I really respect it, and I hope it works. I hope it works.
And last bit of fighting game news is that this week on June 14th. Lucas will become available on Smash WiiU for download, so you can add that other guy in there.
Are you gonna?
I'm gonna stick with Ness.
Do you care about him? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Ness. I'm actually really sad right now because I haven't been able to get a Ness amiibo because he was a GameStop exclusive one, so he's harder to get. And when they're exclusive, people line up more for them and all that. So I haven't gotten a Ness, and it's breaking my heart right now. So see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. So
I don't get it. I don't get the interest in Lucas. Sorry.
I think the interest in Lucas probably largely comes from A, Earthbound players, and 2, people who used him in Brawl.
Yeah, I assume it's people who used him in Brawl.
Right.
I played Earthbound. I really like those games. Are awesome, man. But I didn't walk away from it being like, "Hey, I'm a Lucas fan." I feel like it's like such a random character to be all about.
I mean, back in Brawl, they definitely did a lot of clones, right? So it's just one of the easier clones they can do, I'm sure. So
I get it.
Everyone's asking why all my amiibos are gone.
Dude, what happened?
All my amiibos were stolen. So I put them all in boxes to take them out of my home for temporary.
Right.
And so they're still in the box. I just put up the things that I could really fast. So they're all sitting there in a box over there off to the side. My Morrigan statue did not make it unscathed, so I'm going to have to pull out the crazy glue and fix some stuff. So you can see Dan has replaced Morrigan. Here, so, which is probably preferable for you anyway. So.
It's cool for me. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, if that dude floats your boat, then he's coming out on June 14th.
That's right. Okay, so that's it for game news. We do have some random topics a little bit to talk about. Do you want to take a break, or let's just do the topics?
Might as well just do it.
All right. So
hold on. Put a pause so I can pause easily on the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So speaking of Evo, you probably have seen this a lot. Jimmy Shoegazer on Twitter always posts up pictures of what's the guy's name? It's like BD something or other on Twitter. Gosh, I'm sure Shoegazer's in the chat somewhere. If you can let us know so the guy makes those awesome joysticks, right? He's made like the One Piece stick. He's made that like cool steampunk joystick. He's made all sorts of really cool things like that. Apparently, he's got something big planned for Evo that he's going to unveil at Evo. And apparently, it's something like we've never seen before in terms of a joystick. And so, Shoegazer, there it is, B15SDM. So that's the guy. Thank you, Shoegazer. And apparently, he's got something really cool up his sleeve.
Interesting.
We don't know what it is, but he just wants people to realize that it is coming out, and that at Evo, this B15 SDM will be unveiling something super awesome.
Okay,
and
sick.
If you followed our Twitter, every time we tweet one of those joysticks out, it gets retweeted like 1,000,000 times, and all these random people are like, this is the most amazing thing ever.
I mean, deservedly, those are awesome.
Exactly. They're really sick.
Awesome.
So yeah, so
that's cool. I'm looking forward to that then.
Cool. Something about the Xbox One you said earlier you wanted to talk about.
Oh, I just wanted to briefly mention the fact that there's some like Xbox One pad to to PC converter that Microsoft is coming out with. Whatever, that's not even the important. It's like $15. It's really expensive.
Okay,
I don't know. Anyway, it's just maybe a sign that they are more interested in putting things from Xbox One onto PC. Complete speculation.
Okay.
But I really hope that with E3 just around the corner, as we mentioned, please
KI on PC.
just say KI will be on PC. That's it. I only need one thing from the Microsoft show. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not honestly gonna care about. I don't know what they could even say that I would really care about. To be honest.
Only thing they could possibly say is Xbox One now $50.
Basically. And by the way, they did announce a big price drop.
Yeah, they did.
Amusingly, as a correction to an article saying that there probably isn't going to be a price drop. Do you see that? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's going to happen.
And they said I saw the best comment. They're like, and they're releasing a new 1 terabyte model, so you get twice the amount of space to put nothing on.
Dang!
That's what I saw someone say.
Wow!
I was like, whoa!
That's pretty good.
I was like, damn. Okay.
Anyway, that's all I'm hoping for. It's
okay.
Speculation, but we briefly touched on this before. I just wanted to come back to it because I really hope that that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I did want to mention that Shoegazer Jimmy also just put up www.b15sdmdesigns.com, so you can probably go check out all of the ones that have been there before. So, yeah.
Dude, that's a good burn.
That is a really good burn, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring up was the trials and tribulations of Super Arcade.
Yeah.
They are not having a good time right now.
Okay.
So basically, Watson was pretty much all primed, ready to go to open up very, like maybe even this month. He was all ready to go at the beginning of this month. He talked about this a lot on his blog.
Right.
But the thing about it is, in the complex that you are going into, this is just, you have to do this, it's part of the law. You have to go to all the different businesses around you and have them vote on whether they approve or disapprove you coming into the area.
Is that so?
Yeah. So there was a few businesses there, restaurants or whatever, and Mike's like, of course they're going to like us. I'm going to give them so much money. How much money do you think all those restaurants around Super Arcade made?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
every single Wednesday night, man.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, one of the stores said something, and so now basically they have to wait. He did finally go talk to the city today to try to get something taken care of, but apparently he's got to wait a little bit longer. I think he just tweeted out he's got to wait another 2 weeks or so.
Until the 24th, yeah.
Yeah, to find out a little bit more, but hopefully by then it'll open up, and then SoCal can get some Evo practice here in SoCal, because that would be really nice to have. I mean, like right now, the place to be is like at the Foundry up in Northern California.
I mean, there's UGC, you know, and EGP is doing MKX stuff pretty big on the weekends. In fact, this upcoming Sunday, there's a big EGP.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like we are entirely out of luck, but we had those things before and Super Arcade, which meant that people could practice all the time.
Right.
And it's not like that right now, so.
Yep. Hopefully we can, hopefully he can get that taken care of very soon. So.
Yeah. As far as the like RCAPA maybe like trying to call the.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's real.
Really?
I'm not sure that anybody actually like made calls. Maybe I just like that's the kind of like it's like such a wild idea.
Right. And maybe someone threatened to, or like, hey, let's do this.
But so to explain a little bit, people on Twitter were talking about maybe that somebody on RCAPA had tried to call up the city of Azusa and be like, don't let these guys have their arcade.
Basically, a lot of people on Twitter have been tweeting the official Twitter account of the city of Azusa, right? So it's City of Azusa, and they'd be like, please let this come in. And then Mike apparently went to RCAP and was like, can you guys tweet at this, and ask them for there. Now, a lot of people in RCAP don't like Mike Watson because they think he like stole money or whatever like that from the Kickstarter and everything. Right. So they're very anti-Watson. So apparently, I haven't looked at the thread, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just I don't think it was anything that serious, having looked at the thread myself. But I still like asked on Twitter. I was like, does anybody know about this happening for real? Because certainly I could have missed something. So I don't know. I'm not going to say either way. But I just feel like that's like such a wild thing to do that like I'm not going to like jump on that unless somebody like really can vouch for it having happened. So.
I hope you're right. But I did see.
I'm not saying that I know either way. I just want to be cautious about it.
I'm just saying that I hope. Because of me, and I'm always positive, and I always believe in the good of people and whatever like that, I'm hoping that that's not the case, but someone did have a really good, example, that whole stupid swatting people who are streaming.
Yeah, they're jerks.
That's a very extreme example, but
sure.
That's also way more extreme than calling the city and saying don't let them. I mean, it's a lot easier to do something like that. So.
Different level. I don't know. I guess I just would like to know more before jumping on that.
Yeah,
really.
Craziness going on there. But I really just wanted to mention that hopefully that they'll be able to open soon. And the reason why it's been taking so long is because he's been going through a lot of these really annoying, things that you have to deal with when you're trying to open up a business. This is just stuff you have. I mean, I know somebody else who's opening up a business who told me all the same things. Like, he had to get approval from all these places. And in fact, the location that he got was so good that when he went to the city government to ask for permission to, like, go there, and he's like, I have all the approval from all the business around there. They're like, that is a good spot. And then the government took the building, and so he didn't have it anymore.
Wow.
So he had to go find another spot somewhere else. He was pretty pissed about that.
I can't even imagine, man. That's a pretty extreme level of pissed.
But yeah, okay. In any case, the only last thing I wanted to mention is that yesterday we were supposed to do the Guilty Gear episode, characters, myself and Choy Sauce. I got stuck at work because we had deadlines today and stuff like that, so I tried to get a bunch of stuff done. I couldn't do it. We're going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
We're going to do it tomorrow. I feel a little bad because I know that's also when Wednesday Night Fights Online is doing it, but, obviously archives, and we'll get them up on YouTube, so that's the important thing. So Troy Sauce and I will do that. We'll try to cover as many characters as we can. You know how that always goes.
Part 1 will be tomorrow.
Exactly. Part 1 will be tomorrow, but then it gets hard because then that's when E3 next week is going to be E3 and stuff is going on. So we'll try our best to get through as much as we can. So there you go. So
Perfect Legend and coaching. He's not a fan of coaching.
It was just the funniest series of tweets because it came out so wrong how the conversation went. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, I do not like coaching, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think there should be a rule on coaching. And they're like, whatever. Like at Combo Breaker, I think it was Rick was like, only one person was allowed to coach or whatever like that. And they're like, like anybody can get a coach or whatever like that, like a coach or a friend, right? And Perfect Legend's response was, what if you don't have a coach or any friends?
Oh man, that was rough.
It was like, it sounded like such a plea or like a cry for help.
That was rough.
I know he meant it in general, but dude, there's no way to interpret it any other way.
Of course, so. It's just an unfortunate phrasing, but it's true. Even on top of that, I don't think he wants a coach. I think he wants to win by himself.
Right.
But if you look, it's a thing that many tournaments have decided is legal. In fact, it seems to be nowadays that's the de facto. Yeah. Well, it used to be opposite, but now it seems like everybody's cool with it for the most part. So when you give it up, when you don't bring a coach, you're giving yourself a disadvantage, and that's voluntary. You could find a coach, dude. How many Perfect Legend? I'm sure you could find a coach, right? Like,
dude,
if he wanted to. But the question is, does he want to? I don't think so. So, but that's a voluntary thing. Like you can go into a tournament and voluntarily. You can pick Q if you want. Mm-hmm. You probably shouldn't do that if you're trying to win a tournament, but you can.
Dude,
a deal
was on the Meterburn FGC podcast this last weekend. We were talking about Texas Showdown, and everybody was getting coaching. And so when Snake Eyes went up there to go play against Infiltration, like apparently a deal was like, man, everyone's had coaches. I want to be Snake Eyes' coach. So that's why he ran up there and did the coaching. And he said he wasn't even coaching him. Like, he was just talking about, like, that animation is so ridiculous. Oh, did you see that? And, like, they were just like, whatever, awesome. Dude. So, yeah, you can get anybody up there. I personally have a very interesting viewpoint on coaches. I want them to become more official because I want more roles for players to be able to get to after they stop playing.
Ah, interesting.
Because there are guys like Shady K, and as much as you don't like him, Noel Brown, there are players like that who are really good at coaching.
Dude, Noel Brown is so smart at games.
Yeah.
He really is. Like, he notices things, and he can't always put it into practice himself.
Right.
But he notices things very well, and he breaks things down very well, and he coaches people. That's why people have him up there all the time, because he's good at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally coached Justin to victories at Evos when he wasn't at Evo. Like, he's, like, texted him and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That has happened.
Justin's actually shown me the text before. But I like that role. I like having that role available for people. Filipino Champ was always super good at Marvel when he had Shady K at his side. You know what I mean? When Shady K was there helping him out. When Infiltration had Laugh, he was always really good and stuff like that. So there's a role there. I like that role. I like having a place for people who stop playing to have a place to go. If they're not an analyst, they can become a coach or something like that. I think that's a really cool thing. So I am 100% okay with coaches becoming a thing. So
sounds right to me.
Yeah.
What do you think about these nighttime Splatoon stages or something going on like that? What do you think about that?
Someone said that. Dude, are you hating on my Splatoon art?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you hating on my Splatoon art, dude?
The art itself was fine. I'm just saying, like, the reference was.
Oh, no one's gonna get it.
A little tough.
I don't want it. I didn't care if anyone's gonna get it.
Okay.
And I don't care that they're a 20-year-old band. They just came out with an album
like
this last.
30-year-old, really.
Yeah, dude, they've been around. Yeah. I swear, They Might Be Giants should have a Guinness Book of World Records for how many songs they've created because it's just like ridiculous at this point in time. But yeah. In any case, apparently they've talked about before that they were going to have these Splat festivals or something like that, and apparently that's what that is. It's like there'll be special occasions where when everybody plays, it's kind of like faction wars. All of a sudden, you pick a team and you earn points for your team or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to be official nighttime stuff or whatever like that, but yeah.
I haven't played that much in the past few days. I've been playing Tanya and World of Warcraft also. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I've played a little bit recently.
Yeah.
When I had no internet, when I was basically gone from my home, I played the entire one-player campaign.
Oh, cool.
So I played through that. So yeah.
I played only like half an hour, and I kind of was like, I should just play multiplayer.
Well, the nice thing about it is you do unlock weapons at the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but...
You unlock some weapon, and to be honest with you, it's really interesting. One of my favorite parts about it, so there's like 4 different areas that you go to find entrances to the stages. One of my favorite parts is actually they're hidden in all the other areas.
Oh, yeah?
And so you actually have to find them, and they really kind of make like a Super Mario World platformish kind of thing where you're like trying to find your way to get to the top of this stage so you can find it. It was really kind of interesting. So.
Well, the only stages I've played have been real easy to get to.
Yeah. The first and second one are really straightforward, but like the third and fourth one were like kind of interesting that they did. But yeah, some of the boss fights, like the last boss fight is crazy, dude. I was just like, I can't believe they made you do this. Like it gets really involving, but
cool.
The game is fun, dude.
It's a very good game.
I haven't played ranked yet, though. I've still only played Turf War.
Same here.
Because I don't like the fact that they don't have ranked with friends yet. So, like, you can play Turf War with friends. You may not be on the same team as them.
Yeah.
They don't let you do that on ranked. So basically, when I played Splatoon the past few times, I've been trying to play with friends.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, and unfortunately, you can't do that on ranked, so I've only played Turf Wars. So
I have no idea what my Nintendo thing is.
Your Nintendo ID?
No idea. It could be anything. So when I get home, I'll look at it and I'll send it to you, and let's play some Splatoon.
Sure.
Cool.
Sure. It's not Kerrigan's butthole or something.
It's not
like
Kerrigan's butthole. I can definitely vouch for that.
Okay.
I might have tried it, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo would not let that fly.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they would veto that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, anything else to talk about?
No, I'm done.
Cool. Well, again, this weekend ECT and DreamHack and the EGP thing from MKX that I talked about, and also after that, E3 is this coming week. So stay tuned for probably some cool video game news and hopefully the SteamOS controller will be there. I really want to try that out. Hopefully there will be more HoloLens news from Microsoft. Other than that, I don't care about it. PS4, please have some cool stuff because I own your system, so make it worth my while.
They're coming out with that Mega Man thing, which I'm actually really interested in. So they're releasing a Mega Man Legends collection, which is Mega Man 1 through 6 on the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
$15, right? So everyone's like, big deal. They've already come out with a Mega Man collection.
Yeah.
It's run by a company that is basically going to try to be the Criterion of video games. So not only are they going to try to make the games, they're going to try to make them as accurate as possible, so it's not just like some zoomed in fuzzy graphics. It's going to look super crystal clear and sharp, like as accurate as possible. And they're trying to do it so they do all the work to port the game in such a way that it's easy to port to any system afterwards. I don't know what that entails.
Yeah.
Even as a programmer, I don't know how that works. But more power to them. They said this is the first in of what they're hoping to be a Criterion collection kind of way to preserve things. Do you know what Criterion is?
No.
You have no idea. I kind of got that feeling after.
No, I just was going to ask you after the show finished.
Criterion Collection is a company that puts out DVDs and Blu-rays now for a lot of movies that are old but really, really good, that a lot of companies are like, you know what, we won't bother making a new print of this because it's not going to sell.
Right.
So they make it, it's a little more expensive, but it's for cinephiles. So they do a lot of like the Akira Kurosawa movies, they do a lot of, you know, foreign films. They do a lot of foreign films. They do a lot of old school movies and everything like that. I know this because my brother collects Criterion collections up the ass, pretty much. His Criterion collection, the money he spent on that is like my video game habit,
that makes sense,
basically. So there you go. So,
hey man, I watch movies. I saw Mad Max recently, and I thought it was pretty cool. People were like, and then their car was like, and then there was like,
there was a lot more to that movie than that. Come on.
No, it was. It was
I'm kidding.
Nah, dude, there was like a surprisingly reasonable story, and
and just, anyways, we don't need to get
stuff
into
blew
Mad
up.
Max.
I was happy with it.
12 Angry Men is so good. Shout outs to Busta Wolf, dude. Good
I've
stuff.
seen that.
Henry Fonda's 12 Angry Men.
I've seen
so good.
Both.
Yeah.
Well, are there only 12 Angry Men? Because I've seen 2.
There was one that they made for like TV with like Tony Danza was in it or something
I've seen
like
2.
that.
I don't know what it was.
Okay. Yeah, the original one's really good. Like they actually talk about how like, so basically the thing is divided into 3 acts. That's the way the original story was 3 plays. But for the first act, they shot the camera from up high most of the time to give a sense of space. And every act, they lowered the camera more and more so that by the last act, everyone's shooting from up, so everything feels cramped and it feels like you are just like can't breathe and stuff like that. Yeah. So, dude, I know all these things because of my brother.
Yeah, man, that sounds really interesting though.
But yeah, so Criterion Collection is that. So
cool, man.
Yeah.
Look, I don't really have a dog in the console wars. I don't care about that. The only thing is that I own a PS4 and I don't own an Xbox, so as a result, I just care about one or the other. That's all.
Hey, last generation, I was all pro 360.
Same
I
here.
hated the PS3.
Same here.
This generation, I'm all pro PS4 and I hate the Xbox One.
Same here.
It's not necessarily... Of course, I'm also loyal to Nintendo for most of the time, but...
I just got a Wii U. I mean, I didn't even care about that until like a month ago.
I don't have a dog necessarily in the console. It's just whoever pisses me off less, basically. And the whole PS3 Blu-ray forced on everyone, giant enemy crab, all that stuff, get 2 jobs. That made me angry. And then, of course, Xbox One trying to do that whole DRM stuff made me angry.
God,
so.
the DRM thing and what's it called that they wanted to install in your house? I forget, the Connect.
Yeah.
That I just totally checked out of.
Yeah, but no matter what, I love the Wii and I love the Wii U. Especially the Wii U. The Wii U is like by far the best console so far for me right now.
I have to say, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
I only have a few games for it, but those games I've put a lot of time into.
Mario Kart,
really,
Smash,
really
Splatoon.
And I have the Mario Brothers for it as well.
Oh, that's right, the 3D Land, right?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Have you beat it?
I haven't beaten it yet. No,
Okay.
I'm still working on it.
I only got through like 4 worlds
Going
and
slowly.
I stopped. So.
I'm like 5.
Captain Toad's really good too. So.
Is that out?
Yeah, that's out.
Okay,
So
cool,
good,
cool.
so
Yeah, I
good.
definitely got to pick that up then. I thought it was not yet. Anyway, hopefully next week we will have a show and maybe we'll have something to talk about with 5, SF5.
Maybe we'll get some hands-on finally.
We'll see. Definitely fingers crossed. But, I mean, if not, then we'll parrot what other people have been saying.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll, like, be glued to Twitter and be like, all right, what? Tell me about this game.
Dude, that's going to be an altogether different kind of blow-up Tuesday. So.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it's not negative. Duh. Okay, anyway, we'll see you next week.
All right. Peace out, everybody.